Well, more than 23% of Americans age 60 and older have diabetes, and that group of seniors is far more likely to have complicating conditions stemming from diabetes, including kidney problems, blindness, heart disease, stroke, and high blood pressure. So we're going to take a look at what resources are available to low-country seniors with diabetes and how you can improve your health. So joining us now, we have Stephen Mantell, who is president of Senior Helpers of Pawley's Island. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, first, tell us a little bit about Senior Helpers and exactly your involvement with the senior community.
Well, actually, we provide personal and companion care to a great many seniors, while at the same time providing some guardianship cases and helping seniors with their day-to-day living.
And I think a lot of times now, with the whole healthcare debate that's going on, you're hearing more people talk about prevention and wellness rather than always just treatment after someone comes down with a certain type of condition. One of the things that we were talking about just a few minutes ago was the importance of testing when it comes to seniors, to testing to see if they have diabetes. At what age should they start being tested and how often?
Well, the National Diabetic Association recommends that you start testing at 45. National Institute of Health recommends that you start at 55, so somewhere in between there. I'm 57. I'm checked every year now. Better safe than sorry. It runs in my family too. And the elderly population is getting a little bit worse and worse for them. Like you said, a good many of them actually come down with diabetes.
And so one of the things, too, where do they go to get this testing? Is this something, because not everybody goes as they should probably for that yearly exam, that yearly physical, but if they do, is that where they should ask their doctor and say, I want to be tested, I need to be tested to see if I have diabetes?
I think you'll find in most cases doctors will recommend that they be tested, but if they don't, they ought to be asking the question. Medicaid covers it, Medicare covers it. A lot of the state institutions, actually a lot of the hospitals provide some level of support. Department of Aging is a good source for this information, where they can go and be tested.
So what are some of the complications? I know I mentioned a couple of them earlier, but why is diabetes so important to help prevent? Because as we were talking about, it can lead to other complications and other conditions.
It causes an awful lot of medical problems, heart attack, stroke. Your limbs go bad, eyesight especially. Prevention, you save an awful lot of money in prevention. The cost for a lot of these treatments is expensive. My daughter is a diabetic. The insulin charges, and she has no insurance, are quite high. You know? Prevention is what's going to save an awful lot of elderly, live longer and live a better life.
So I know exercise certainly can play a big role in helping with the prevention and even helping probably with some of the, when it comes to some of the treatment. So what are some of the guidelines and some of the benefits of when it comes to specifically exercise and its relation to diabetes?
Well, you know, people are getting older, they actually don't like to do a lot of exercise, or if they're not in that mode already. My staff, Candy and Rebecca at the office, actually promote the seniors going out and exercising at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Rebecca, who's the dietitian, actually she promotes the healthy eating of foods, greens, a lot of lettuces, beans, nuts and things like that. So out of our office we push for food and exercise. And
of course it's going to help improve the body's use of insulin, help control body weight, which again we all know that helps with so many different conditions, and helping lower that bad cholesterol as well.
And that's a major effort. You know, I mean, I myself am probably one of the worst offenders. I love my hamburgers and my chocolate and things like that. I'm probably a good example of someone that needs to be checked and needs to correct diet an awful lot.
So when it comes to this, especially if you have older, if someone's taking care of their parents, or if you have maybe elderly neighbors, just kind of check in with them. Make sure that they're getting out of the house, being active, and that they are getting checked regularly, at least once a year, once you hit the age of at least 55.
I can't advocate anything more than just that. You know, I mean, helping your neighbors, your family members get out there and do something. And if they just take a little bit at a time and make a few changes here and there, over the next few years, they'll find that their health is a lot better. You know, instead of eating ice cream, you know, have a piece of fruit, and try that for 1 or 2 times, and then all of a sudden they're eating fruit every day.
Well, Stephen, thank you so much for being with us. And for those of you who are out there, make sure you are watching your blood sugar levels and getting checked for diabetes. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.